Hi, I'm Jeff Dixon, and I am commandeering the On the Horizon show here at the Church of 434 in Motion. And, you know, this is like the hottest show right now in all of Christendom. And there's a lot of rumors out there as to why, but it may be because of the two hostesses of the show. And so I decided I would just slide in here for a minute.
He's really excited.
And figure out what in the world is going on with this programming. So you know already, Brittany Armstrong, LeeAnn Stair.
Hello.
They host this show. And again, I've been completely captivated by this show. So why don't you tell me what the show's about?
This is about talking to people within our walls at the Church of 434 and asking them how they touch and change the world outside the walls of the church.
It's what I thought it was. And why? Why do you do that?
Well, we think it's important to see how they're touching and changing the world with the love of Christ. And also, it kind of becomes a connection point for other people to kind of see, you know what? They're involved in that. I've been interested in maybe becoming involved in that.
Okay. So unlike the other programming on the Church of 434
Which is
Motion,
so boring.
this actually has a purpose, which is excellent. We're excited about that.
This actually has quite a few views.
Yeah, I'm
More.
sure it does. I'm sure it does. I know.
By the billions,
I know
I
you
think.
guys are out there counting those views.
We are.
So, question, Brittany, who then at this point has been the most
Oh my
amazing interview that you've had in this whole show?
And I can't talk about myself.
I was going to say,
Well, because you were a guest at one point. I thought.
No, I
think,
was a guest.
Was that your favorite show?
Most. No.
that's hard. We
No,
can't
I
pick
can't
our
say that
favorite.
out loud.
You can't pick the favorite guest.
No,
Yeah, that's a little.
that
I
would
don't-
be rude.
I don't really like that
They're
question.
all my
Can you-
favorite.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
We're
Well,
excited about
let me-
all of
let
our
me-
guests.
let me- let me
Yes.
change
Haven't
this.
you heard we're excited?
Really
every
excited.
time?
I've seen the show. Yeah. Then who was the worst guest you've had so
Oh, well,
far?
that's easy. LeeAnn, tell him.
The one that threw me off the most was Dave Bowers.
Oh, yeah, Bowers
he
is funny.
came in
It's
with
funny,
props, and then you walked
I think-
in, and he brought you in,
I think-
and I just lost
Yeah.
all
I
control.
think-
I thought
that was my favorite episode. the one with
memorable.
Dave
I have
Bowers
a
in.
memorable one.
Which one was that?
But maybe that's your next question.
No, yeah, what is it? Yeah.
And
By the way,
one
what
of-
is the
it
most
was
memorable?
amazing. Somebody disappeared in one of them.
oh, yeah.
Was it?
Who's that?
Was it Dave?
David
it was
Tyndall.
That was David
Yeah.
Tyndall.
David Tyndall.
Because
Yeah.
he
Different
said the
David.
best part was not being seen, so then he was
That was
unseen.
amazing. I'm still
That
trying
was
to figure
cool.
out how
I don't
that
know how he
happened.
did that.
Special effects extravaganza. I think that would be Mark.
That's
You-
one of the reasons this show is
So
getting the
hot.
views that it is.
I think it is. I think it's one of the hottest shows out there. And so, and so, how many more? How do people get on this show?
Well, most of the time it's reluctantly. I ask them and they really don't want to, and I can give you a list of those. If you're interested, reach out. I think I've actually said that before and no one has. So then I come and find you and get you to share.
But you have so many views. I'm sure that they're just afraid that they would get pushed to the end of the
End of
line.
the line,
Probably.
Or
Yeah.
listed as the worst
Yeah, or possibly, yeah.
interviewee. That would be a terrible
So,
way to go.
based upon where you have been so far, we have not actually gotten to the horizon yet. There are more guests to
Oh,
come.
there are a ton.
Okay.
I don't even think I've interviewed you yet. Have we?
I
think
don't
we have.
remember.
We haven't interviewed
That's
you,
terrible.
or
You-
Richard
you have,
or Michael.
You have your people talk to my people, and maybe our people can get that set up. But
Okay, well, we've
it's
been
not-
trying. It's just
not
nearly
likely.
I don't think we've
impossible.
done
Now-
the staff yet.
We want the views to
Go
keep
up.
going
Yes,
up.
right. I completely understand
Although
that.
we did talk to Scott, but he wasn't on staff yet.
No. And so, if you get interviewed, you could get a job.
If the interview goes really well.
Goes well, we could get a job. All right, last question, and I'll let you guys go.
Go to
'cause
lunch?
You have lunch somewhere, don't
I
you?
do. I need to get to lunch.
Okay.
What?
As you're doing this, and as people are hearing this, what's the takeaway you want for people when they're watching this show?
I think it's multifaceted. I think it's kind of what she was hitting on of, oh, I didn't know they were doing that. That sounds something I'm interested in to, either join or have our reach go out further. But also maybe even just getting people to think, how do I touch and change the world outside? Because that is our mission statement here. And we say it a lot, we're going to touch and change the world. And we can do that corporately. And I want people to be involved in those Horizon ministries or those ministries of the church that do that, but also to see you've got to do that on your own. And so by hearing other people's stories, that encourages you to say, oh, I never thought that I could do it that way. As one of our recent guests said, oh, I just started up a conversation in a Walmart or a Wawa or Target or wherever. and that's a way to touch and change the world. So to encourage that.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it's you become surprised to see how God is using you once you start looking at all the different places that He may have you.
Well, it's On the Horizon is the name of the show. It highlights the family of God. You know how the family of God works, right? We're all part of the body. Some are armpits, sure. But others, they're face people. And you might be one of the two, and we want to get to know you. And so when the call comes, answer the call. You can have the famous moment of sitting here with Brittany and LeeAnn and forever have this captured on film for everyone to see all over the world, forever and ever. Amen. Thanks for taking the time to let me interrupt your show.
Thank you for your support.
You have
and your view.
No, I'm there for you,
I
and I want you to know
appreciate
I've got your backs.
Thanks.
See you next time.